we've never quite done anything like this before. This was supposed to be live, but because we're in a freaking forest, we have unreliable internet. So it's like a live. This is a premiere, so you can chat to us.
We even had a little discussion about I really want to be outside because we're talking about outside.
But I spent 2 hours trying to set up this live stream just like this in this little space. So we're just doing this because it's already set up. So today we're going to talk about the 3 ways you can get to national parks for free. And we're going to talk about, what's the thing you're talking about? That's part of that.
I'm going to talk about National Public Lands Day, and I'm super excited about that.
Okay.
We are freaking getting outside. That's what I'm always about. That I'm always saying on a consistent basis is like, let's get outside. So it feeds my soul.
So if you were watching this, the moment it drops, we are live with you. This is a premiere, so you can type your comments below. And we're not going to answer them because we pre-recorded this part, but we'll answer your questions in the chat. And this is going to be different because, you know, my background is a Hollywood editor. I want to edit the heck out of everything. We're going to try to do this with zero editing
a lot
at
of
all.
Personality. That's what we're going to try to do.
Like, we already fought before we hit record. Like, let's see how this goes. It's going to be short and sweet, but this is really cool stuff that everybody needs to know. So I'm going to start with something that you need to know. We have over 400 national parks in the United States, and many of them are free. So if you want to go to a national park or a national site, there's about 2,000 national sites. Many are free. So the first way you can get to a national park or site for free is some of them are free all the time. All you got to do is go to NPS.org. That's nationalparkservice.org.
And we're going to put a bunch of links in the comments on here. So when we add this up, we'll start adding some of these links in the comments. You can check those out, and we'll put them in the description as well.
Yeah. So NPS.org will be most of this stuff. So number 1, a lot of them are free. Oh, I lied. There's the bit. See, no editing. It's NPS.gov, not nationalparkservice.gov, but NPS.gov. That's the main site where you're going to be able to find most of the stuff we're talking about. Now, comment below. If you've ever been to a national park, post your favorite one that you've ever been to below.
Yeah, exactly.
And post the one you most want to go to someday. Okay, the second way to get to national parks is that 6 days per year, every national park in the whole United States is actually free, costs you nothing. Now remember, some are free all the time, but a lot of them require an entrance fee. So on those days, you can get in for free. Now there's camping and boat launches and tours in a lot of these. That stuff's not free, but you can get in for free. So that is the second way you can get in for free. And what are those 6 days? Well, it's September 24, 2021 as we record this. The very next one is when, Leela?
The next one is November. It's Veterans Day, November 11th.
No, the next one after today. I mean, today's not one, but tomorrow.
I mean, yeah, well, you just
Tomorrow.
said September.
No, I said
24th.
September 4th today, but today's not a national park. If you're watching this 24th, tomorrow, this is your... We're dropping this now so that you can go tomorrow to the national parks for free with September 25. And what's it called, the one that's tomorrow?
Tomorrow is the Natural Public Lands Day, and it's really one of my favorite things because it really connects people with 2 things that are near and dear to my heart. So I'll talk about those.
She'll talk about that in like 1 second. So the other 4 days have already happened in 2021. National Public Lands Day is tomorrow, September 25. The next one after that is, I couldn't remember
November
this.
11th.
She knew. November 11th.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I thought you said.
And then to see when they are in 2022 and beyond, just go to nps.gov and you can see when they are. So there are 6 days a year. You can get to every national park for free. And Leela...
Now, some of those also are traditional days. So the one that's in September is always the 4th Saturday in September. So that's an easy one. So you can know when it is. November 11th, which is Veterans Day, always a free one. So those days kind of have a pattern to them.
Perfect. And now Leela's going to tell us about National Public Lands Day, which is a free day at national parks.
Yeah, and
tomorrow.
this is what I love. National Public Lands Day is free tomorrow. Their theme this year is more ways to connect with nature. And I am constantly saying, outside, outside, get outside. Everybody, anybody around me knows, like, what are we doing today? Where are we going? How are we getting outside? What are we doing? Like, let's just come outside and sit with me. So the structure behind this is it's one of the biggest events, started in 1994, and it was made so that people would have the opportunity to volunteer, to connect, to be a part of the National Parks or Public Land Service. So it's not just national parks that are free, but they're waived at any national park system within the 418. It's the Bureau of Land Management. It's also the Department of Defense, the Corps of Engineers, which people get confused. It's the Army Corps of Engineers. Well, they're just the umbrella that kind of manages the Corps of Engineers, which are some great sites that you can. Actually, we're going to talk a lot about that in our next video, because those are bodies, they're near bodies of water, and you can camp there. It's pretty incredible. Anyway, wildlife service, game service, all of that. So that is, any of those you can access for free. We're going to put the links on there. We're going to show you how to do it. The next thing that you can do is volunteer. So there's a bunch of in-person volunteer opportunities. Crazy enough, I didn't realize, like, near us today, my favorite site that I found, you just put in a zip code wherever you are right now. I put in a zip code, and like 10 miles away, I had no idea that this was part of a national public land program, and they need about 40 volunteers to work on a couple projects. Within a 250-mile radius of us right now, there are 25 projects. Some is working at the lighthouses, so different things, some really cool opportunities that you can have. So
we visited we visited the Umpqua Lighthouse. So click.
I don't know.
I think probably over her head right there.
Yeah, it was really cool. And the great thing is, it's an opportunity to get in and kind of close and be part of that. The goal is that that people don't know, and to encourage that there is a lot of opportunity. If you would like to, you can be a volunteer at any of these public land places. There's really some great opportunities there. The next one is something that I just thought was really, really cool too. And it is virtual events. That's the other portion of this. There are virtual events. And if you've ever thought, because sometimes, okay, you can't get out.
You mean a virtual volunteer event or a virtual
event? There's both.
Okay.
So let me preface that. There's two. There's virtual events. We'll put all those links in there for the virtual events. There's virtual events. Some of them are being hosted on YouTube. There's actually links even. They're going to be linking you to some kickoffs. One of the events, they're going to showcase a 50-year-old owl, commemorating that at one of the parks. Tons and tons of ways that you can literally go online and be a part of the event and see inside all these different national public lands.
Just to clarify, is that just tomorrow or is that all the time?
So this one specific is for tomorrow.
September 25, 2021.
September 20, yeah. And I'm not sure if those links are going to be valid after that. I know that the national parks and the national public lands really have done a great job about creating a lot of virtual events. Here's what they discovered last year when they decided that because of COVID, very, very few events were able to be live. They had to do. So how were they going to have this thing that they started in 1994, this big volunteer? And they started the virtual ways that you can volunteer online. So if you're a history buff, guess what? You might be able to get some of your work into the Smithsonian. Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, kind of cool things. They have opportunities if you want to track birds in your area. There's a program that they have so you can kind of help track and identify birds and see their migration patterns, different things. So there's some really, really cool things. They also have some things with the oceans, let me just, it's the Library of Virtual Dives, and you can explore the marine sanctuaries and other water-based public land sites. So just some really amazing, cool ways to do that. There are hashtags that they want you to use for this. It's Find Your Virtual Park or Find Your Park, and in Spanish it's
Encuentra tu parque.
Encuentra tu parque. So, and the hashtags, we'll put all these hashtags. If you go outside, and that's what I'm going to encourage you, is to go outside, have an adventure, or volunteer at one of these parks. Be a part of something tomorrow that is greater, that is bigger, that expands your horizon and gets you outside. Get outdoors. Get outdoors or get online outside. And we're gonna create the hashtag NPS Volunteer, National Park System Volunteer, NPS Volunteer, Find Your Park, or National Park Public Land Day. The one thing that they discovered last year when they did all of these virtual events, which I thought was just one of the coolest things, literally the coolest thing about this. That's why they forever, there's great things that have come out of 2020. And one of them was discovering that when they opened up all these virtual events, that it kept people in every diversity. There was diverse people, the age brackets, young, old, different cultures. More people participated across a diverse cultures than ever before.
Because it was virtual.
Because it was virtual. So they will forever keep it virtual. It was one of those great things. So get outside, be part of this. We're going to give you so many opportunities and so many links to be a part of this. And my everyday theme is get outside, So
and the volunteer stuff, same thing, right?
Volunteer, same thing. There's so many opportunities to volunteer in person or to volunteer virtually.
So there's ways to volunteer in person and virtually on September 25, 2021, and every one of these what's this date called tomorrow?
National Public Lands Day.
So in the future you'll be able to do that. So this video,
Yeah.
this information is good
Always
forever.
going to be good.
And there are apparently, from what you were telling me before, opportunities to volunteer even outside of that, correct?
Oh my goodness, so many opportunities. And I said that earlier.
Okay.
And even like the historians for the Smithsonian, that's an ongoing thing. Obviously, the migration of the birds is an ongoing opportunity.
Right, so it's not just tomorrow.
I mean, the goal behind this is that people are going to get involved in this and say, I found that something that I love. They're going to become I've discovered that I kind of like watching birds, which is really crazy. Had no idea. Stellar jays, they're most beautiful birds. But you're going to just discover things around you in communities. And really, they found that they need the public because they can't be everywhere. They can't be across the country and all this diversity. So there are a lot of opportunities. And that was really the goal, is to get people familiar with the public land system and to get people involved. I mean, it's free, it's public land, and most of it is free. So many of it's free. When you start going on there, you're going to discover how many are free. So that's it.
Awesome. So that's about national
Public
parks,
lands.
National Public Lands Day, right? And so wait, what's the whole thing called? Wait, I can't remember. 3 ways to visit national parks free. First way, some parks are always free. 2, there's 6 days a year, and one of those years is National Public Lands Day, which is tomorrow, September 25. And the third way that you can visit a national park for free that many of you watching this will qualify for, number 1 is called, there's a way to get what is called the America the Beautiful Pass, which is a pass to all the national parks and all of the national sites. Remember, 2,000 national sites, including 400 national parks. Now, the first free way to get one is with what's called the Access Pass, and that is for persons that are U.S. citizens or permanent residents that have a permanent disability. And you just have to prove to them that you're disabled. There's a bunch of ways online that show you how to do that. And then you can get an access pass, the America the Beautiful Pass, for free, which lets you get into every national park and every national site for free in the entire country.
So let me kind of speak slightly on that. So our daughter Kaylin, as you know, has developmental disabilities. We had already purchased our pass, and then we discovered the access pass. It was very easy to get. I had the doctor just write a note, and we submitted that. I could have taken it into the park directly. It would have been free. I just mailed it in. It was $10 for them to mail it and process it back to me. Now, Kaylin does need to be with us, so that's one of those caveats. Kaylin does need. So Trevor and I are traveling on a day without Kaylin. Kaylin does need to be with us when we go inside that park. So
the actual rule is you can get one vehicle in with that pass, and the person with the disabilities, the person with the pass has to be in the car with you, and so in that car to get in if it's a non-commercial vehicle.
And the other thing with that pass, which I don't know if you're going to talk about, but a lot of the places in national parks and program, and even on some of the Navy Army Corps of Engineers, there is half price. for camping
Yeah,
spots.
there's half price. Some of the amenities that go along with these parks and sites are half price, such as camping and boat launches, swimming and guided tours, some of that stuff.
And the
You get a
tours are
discount on that.
specifically, so if we're on a tour, like on a cave or something with Keelan, it wouldn't be for all of us. It would just be specifically for that person and that's in the group.
Right.
But it still is such a great thing. And the goal is that people of all diversities, of all levels of everybody, is to get them and have the access to be outside.
The second way to get a lifetime free access pass to national parks is a military pass, which is for active military, their dependents,
Salty
vets.
Adventures. Come on. There
Hey,
you go.
Salty, you're watching this, right? You should follow Salty. He's got a channel. It's called Salty Vet Adventures.
Yeah.
You should follow that one. We talk to him all the time through YouTube. Anyways, but he's a vet, so I bet you he's got that pass because he actually commented that he's been to a bunch of places. What's up, Salty? You know what? I've been communicating with Salty via YouTube for months, and I still don't know your actual first name. So post in the comments your name, and maybe I'll pin you to the top there, Salty. But follow his channel; he's got some cool stuff. He travels with his RV a lot. So active military dependents, vets, and Gold Star families. And Gold Star families, in short, are families, direct relatives of people that were lost in the line of duty. And same rules apply. They have to be in the vehicle with you. The person with the pass has to be in the vehicle with you, and any non-commercial vehicle can get it. Everybody gets in.
Right.
I think it's up to 3 adults, and then the kids. And the last way that we're going to talk about today to get into park for free is a 4th grade pass. If you are a 4th grader, you can get a pass for about a year to visit national parks for free. Same rules about people coming in with you. I think there was something that was different. Yeah, it's the same thing. They've got to be in the vehicle with you, but that's cool. They want 4th graders to see national parks. If you got a 4th grader, and by the way, it's like if you're in the regular public school system, when 4th grade is. If you're homeschooled and if you're traveling full time in an RV, maybe your kids are in a different path. So whenever you decide they're in 4th grade, they get that for free.
But they only get to be a 4th grader once with this pass.
Right. So don't scam the, don't take advantage. Don't scam the system.
But
So
I love the idea that they're introducing, like at a 4th grade level, that outdoor and that adventure. That really is it really should be available to every kid and every ethnic diversity, every group, everybody should be just exposed to that.
Yeah. Yep. And last year we traveled from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast when we were traveling full time, and we visited a bunch of national parks. You should check out that video. It's going to stick it right down there. And also, we're going to make a video with more information about national parks. We're going to drop it in about 2 days. It'll be on Sunday. When that's ready, it'll be right there. In the meantime, it's going to be what YouTube thinks you to watch. And the cool thing is, we didn't fight, and I didn't.
No, and actually, wait. The last video, people asked for more Leela.
So here's more Leela. Did she talk enough this time? So
I got more.
Make sure you subscribe
Here, let me get
to
him out.
catch our future
Get him out.
videos.
Here, more Leela.
We can't wait to share our adventures with you.